Hello, I'm reviewing 2019 movie Dumbo. Dear God, this sucked. I give this a 1 out of 10. That's being generous, considering I couldn't watch the whole movie, but only half of it, and an hour, 11 minutes and 1 hour were left of the movie. Before I walked out of the theaters with my dad, left the theaters with my dad, because I realized it's not getting better. It's getting worse. As I went on and on with the movie, it just got worse and worse each minute. For starters, Dumble's not the main character of the movie. These two kids and Colin Farrell and Danny DeVito are the main characters. And Michael Keaton. Dumble's the side character in the movie called Dumbo. He's just there. He has no character arc, no character depth or layer like the original movie gave him. He's not even the main star of his movie. You can clearly see how these are so the same movie. Or not the same movie in this case. The difference is night and day. Not the same movie that the original movie told. With Dumbo being the main lead and his friends being the only one friend he has, the mouse, when he becomes circus, and like the mother it goes on a rampage because she's tired of everyone laughing at Dumbo. He gets sensitive to the crowd laughing at Dumbo because of his big ears. He's the clown of the show, and she didn't like his Dumbo being the clown of the show. So she went on a rampage, got separated from the circus, got separated from Dumbo for the rest of the movie. And in the 1950s or 30s, the original animated flick, whenever it came out, and Dumbo becomes friends with the mouse and becomes friends with the mouse and becomes friends with this mouse who was his only friend. And he in the movie, the two closest friends that but Dumbo's real true friends, not the mouse, it's the two kids that teach him how to fly with the feather, with using it. And Mother goes on a rampage because she thinks the crowd's she thinks that her and the crowd and everyone's mistreating Dumbo. So she mishears everything because she's sensitive to Dumbo and paranoid and goes on a rampage. In the 2019 flick versus the original one, it's different outcome. So generally, she gets separated from the circus and was that outburst. And gets separated from Dumbo. Dumbo says his goodbyes like he does in the movie original cut. But it has no weight to it this time when he says goodbye to his mother. But like it did in the original flick. How the original flick, that was in the original flick, that was the most saddest moment and also one of the more heartfelt moments, because his friend, that's the mouse, makes plans for him to see his mother one more time before saying goodbye to her overnight. And this is after he be friends with the mouse, and the mouse is and so I thought that was one of the best parts of that movie, the original flick. But in the movie of the 2019 movie, the flick directed by Tim Burton, did I mention it was directed by Tim Burton? It just feels like fucking fan service, not necessary to the plot. With this story version of Dumbo. It just feels like, hey, remember this movie? You remember this song number from the original movie? You remember Baby Night from the original Dumbo flick? Well, we're going to play that song and hope that you feel something just by nostalgia bait you. Then we're going to cut to the next scene where the Keaton comes to the circus. And we see a monkey on the individual's desk that freaks out because we gotta have a laugh for the kids. Because it is kids' film, it just doesn't have Dumbo in it. Surely this will be for the kids that everyone kids will like over the original flick. Surely you're doing a good job making a story about people instead of about an elephant. But you still called it Dumbo. Why? Because you gotta capitalize off the nostalgia adults that grew up with the original movie, that saw the original movie, but then thought of seeing their kids the original movie, just assume that the movie, the new remake, will just be as good as the original remake just based off the title alone. That'll surely work. With this nostalgia baiting people. By throwing a few things together in a relatively different movie. In every way, shape, or form. That's not gonna fly with me. Either tell the same story or don't tell the same story. Come up with the original story, but keep Dumbo the main focus if you're going to have the title named Dumbo in the movie. You fucking hack burden. What happened to Tim Burton? Why does he suck now so much as a filmmaker? As he gets older and older. I give Dumbo a 1 out of 10. It sucked so much. And it was so slow. And I couldn't get through the whole movie. I could just get half through the way through the movie. But I tried. I tried to watch more of the movie. When it came to Disney Plus, a few minutes of it, like 2. I could get 1 minute into the movie, more in further in the movie, but I just hate this movie that much. I tried rewatching on Disney Plus to see if it at the same spot at the halfway point and fast forward where I left it at the theaters, and it's just a bad movie. Dumbo 2019 remake, and it's not a movie what it's marketed around. Dumbo the elephant. It's not about what it's what the trailer's marketed around. Dumbo. So it's kind of misleading you from the trailer, just hoping to get you in the theaters to see this movie. Off nostalgia alone. This movie sucked. Really bad. The only thing I liked about this movie is the real design, real world hybrid that looks like I like the real redesign of Dumbo because they still made him cute, like he was in the cartoons, but also noticed that he had to have the ears, the unnormal sized ears for elephant, but he was still cute with the eyes, It was the blue eyes he in the cartoon gave him, blue baby blue cute eyes, like in the cartoon, and they gave him a cute face still, like the cartoon gave him, but it looks more real world based, like could exist in the real world elephant. I like the compromise that Vernon Reed's design made for the live action, but I wish the movie focused on that character, and he just didn't feel like a CGI effect, and he feels like a CGI effect. Not because it's a bad CGI effect, but because it looks so realistic, but it's a good CGI effect, but there's no layers, no depth to this version of Dumbo. No character arc for this Dumbo. He's just there. He doesn't have an identity like he did in the original movie. or a character story, because the movie doesn't want to focus around Dumbo. It wants to focus around the humans. Cast. Why? If you want to do that, if it's still named Dumbo, doesn't make sense at any realm except in Crazy Town. I think Bert needs to be in a insane asylum or an elderly home till he can come up with something competent or do something that's not shit of a filmmaker. Maybe you should just retire, Burden. You're not going to put any effort into movies anymore. Why not? Or like give me a good movie anymore. You're not going to give any. You don't ever make anything. He never makes anything good anymore. Why the fuck does he still work? He should just retire. Nobody likes his movies anymore. I don't. And he don't like sell as well as he did back in the days when he was making movies earlier in his career. Dumbo 2019 movie was Tim Burton's worst movie. For me personally, because it's my favorite old school Disney movie from that time era of Disney making movies. Dumbo is my favorite movie from that era of Disney when it came out. I think it came out in the 1930s or 50s. Dumbo, the original one, it's my favorite Disney film from that era of Disney. So I really hate this on a personal level with Tim Burton. I feel like I can't trust his instinct with his name anymore. To me, this is the kiss of death, his movie. Feels like a betray. Like the last Airbender movie. As bad as that was, at least the main character, Aang, that got his name switched to had relevance to the plot of the last Airbender movie than what Dumbo had in his 2019 flick. He had more reason to be in the plot of the movie than what Dumbo had to be in the reason of the plot of the movie. Dumbo has no reason to be in plot of this movie. He's just there because they know they can't make money off of you suckers if you don't have Dumbo in this movie. As bad as M. Night Shyamalan's last Airbender movie, at least the characters, even though they didn't feel like the same characters of the show, had reasons to be in those movies, had reason to be in the movie to drive the plot forward. Dumbo has no reason to drive the plot forward. He's just there to sell tickets. Because the movie's named Dumbo still. But the movie doesn't want to focus on Dumbo. It wants to focus on the human characters of the circus runs within. Those are the main characters, not Dumbo anymore. My God, I think I hate this more on a grudge, hatred, anger level than the last Airbender movie gave me. I think I'm more angry over this than the last Airbender movie. From 2010. I didn't think it was possible, Burden, to get me more in a blind rage spiral than the last Airbender movie. But somehow, you topped it, you asshole. I want to strangle the life out of you right now for making this movie. Pray you do not run into me in person, you asshole. Have a filmmaker hack. Low talent class hack asshole. You have less talent than Shyamalan does now. Thank you for making me hate you. Because of this movie and all the other shit you made in the years. But mostly because this movie set me off spiral was hate. Hate! I hate you more than M. Night Shyamalan, Tim Burton now. Thank you for making me forgive Shyamalan for The Last Stand, because now I have a new filmmaker to hate more than him. You! This is the worst fucking movie I have seen in my life. This is worse than The Last Airbender movie because I hate it that much. This has so much rage I have to this movie. Hate! 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 That's more than 2002 Spider-Man movie. Hated more than the sequel, Spider-Man 2. Hated more than Dragon Ball Evolution Z. The Dragon Ball Z Evolution, the whole live-action Dragon Ball movie. Hated more than that. This never knew how much I could hate a Disney movie reimagined flick with Dumbo in the title before now. I didn't know I could hate it that much before I saw it. But it might have brought my blood pressure spiral watching it. Because how much I hate it. I'm surprised I haven't died of a stroke yet on camera. Because how much I hate this movie. God damn, my blood pressure's high. That's why I give one out of 10 to Dumbo as points. Final work, it sucked ass. Hate. I disapprove this movie. I hate it. As a 1 out of 10. Goodbye. Subscribe. Like this video. Support my channel. And like this video and subscribe my subscribers. My new subscribers. Subscribe to my content. Goodbye. I need to breathe after this video. Bye.